Greetings. Greetings from Mystic Moons. How is everyone today? It's dark. It's late. Oh, it's very early, depending on where you're at. Or it's just dark here. Here in the Northeast of the United States. Welcome to Mystic Moons, Curses and Spells. We're going to do something different. Something different now. Besides tarot readings, we're going to also examine something that hit me like a ton of bricks, as they say, no more than 2 days ago. Now, to open up, this is not the first time that I've ever done spells, curses. I've done a few of them, not many, only because I usually have a reservation about doing such things. However, recently, and I mean recently, I have another insight that I wish to share with you. Ooh, yes. That was not intentional. It must have been the spirits. It must have been the spirits who are talking to me to talk to you. Wake up. Wake up. That's the first message. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. What? To everything. Do you realize that even if we stand, sit, sleep, eat, love, that some vibration is pulling us, stretching us, taking us to places that we don't even know that we're being taken to. Doors are opening, doors are closing, windows are opening, windows are breaking. Time is fluxing. You know, the more pressure we get in our earth, three-dimensional, four-dimensional realities that we all inhabit, the tighter we get, tighter. And you would think, what's happening? Well, we have wars in North and South Korea, blah, 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 blah. Everywhere we turn on some sort of airwaves, we hear something. I can't stand it anymore. That's what we hear. But who's directing this scenario? Who's directing? Now, this curses and spells is for those that are open-minded. They believe in far out things. They can at least go, Now, that doesn't mean if you can get off your pad of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 things to do today. Now, we all have that. That's one thing. But we're talking about what is the motivation? What is the mind control? What is the message being drummed? Hello? Now, this is not for people, but this is just an awakening call. Now I'm just going to take you through something that I was thinking about, or some kind of message has been popping into my head. Sometimes you have to take a step outside the box to find out what's going inside of you. Because maybe what's going inside of you is something that is not even yours to begin with. What messages are you getting? What controls are you receiving? You know we are electrical. You know that. Everybody knows that. We're bioelectrical beings. You go, oh, I have no socket. Yes, you do. Your socket is everywhere. Your socket is your nervous system. And that's being plugged into being made sport. In other words, us, people of Earth, whatever you want to call free people, if there is a free people, there is people becoming freed. But, but, do you know, this is not for fear. This is for discovery. Curses and spells. You are being cursed right now, not by me, of course not, but by something, some network, some system. And you could call it the system that teaches you to fear every single pimple you see, to fear every single person who doesn't look like what you see in the mirror of your own reflection. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I think you do. I think you do. We are seeing what this system does not want us to see, because we must keep our happy face. Our happy face. That sounds nuts, right? But that's also the beginning of your sanity, is realizing this sounds weird. Even the way we articulate, we talk. There's a certain way that educated people speak. There's a certain way uneducated people speak. There's a certain way, we have these stereotypes. Turn on cable. AI, which is most of these cable things, are CGI, computer generated images, and AI, artificial intelligence, meaning a toaster oven, is generating something in your specific demographics, point of origin, to keep you boxed in. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. No matter, the patterns are over and over and over again. Then they drag out old political fossils. I remember back in the day. Who wants to hear back in the day? I want to hear into the future. I want Star Trek, right? We're all in Star Trek land, but yet we're being guided not to think that way. That's TV. Everything is TV. That's why you're cursed, because that curse goes on and on and on and on. Thinking is a way of cursing someone. Thinking in a pejorative manner, thinking in a defeatist manner, thinking of an ageism manner, thinking of any kind of manner in a way, but except in an intelligent manner. Now you have to admit, what's intelligent about thinking about yourself in the mirror and not accepting who you are? What's intelligent about that? Tell me. Yeah, it's not much intelligence. There's not much. But, hello? Messages from across the world. They come to Mystic Moons. They come everywhere. Mainly because what's day is their night and night is their day. It's kind of like that. Now, curses and spells. Do you think that when you look in the mirror and you don't accept yourself, do you realize when the moment you go, I don't mean like, oh, I look puffy or I look sleepy. I don't mean that. When you look at yourself and you go, gee, negative, that is already, you're being cursed. You are like these kind of like self-replicating curses. Who is to define what is and what isn't? You know what it is? It's like to keep you from your power. Your power. Hello. Now, Divine Roberts, tell me, do you feel that do you understand where I'm coming from when curses are all over the place? What kind of curses? Even when they say women I mean, telling women how to look and giving a pass to men. That's in a way, and that's another curse, a constant curse. Or children showing children as demonic little things, or spoiled little things, or stupid little things. Watching old movies of which they have indigenous people acting stupid. Hollywood, 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 and we all know Holly is a sorcerous weapon. It's like it's a thing. It's a thing. Holly, Holly, Holly. And now, what is magic? You know what magic is? Magic is freedom. Freedom from, like, oh, I hear your diatribes. I hear your oh hums and your da-da-da-das. But I mean, cutting the red thread of fate. There is no fate. And what do we say? We're humans. I mean, wait, let's understand this human thing a little bit. Now, they say, right now they're trying to really get in the United States a racial war. Blah, 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 blah. Now, the only point, they're like, oh my God, another idea somebody's trying to think of on the top marketing team to keep people divided. Just to keep you divided. And then they have their mouthpieces. Now, we do know that all this is for, like, let's say if we were, knowing, let's say there are non-human entities on this planet and elsewhere. We are one of a thimblehead of life forms. Now, but yet we're constantly, as soon as we get up there and we go outside, we think about the infinity of darkness, of light to darkness, darkness to light, the only true colors. Then we get into some sort of pit about, and then right away they want to take us back to thinking, well, you Russians hate you Americans, and you Americans hate you Chinese. Oh, and they are not doing this and that. And meantime, eggs, $12, bread, $12 today. Tomorrow, $15, $20. Now, it's funny, those who eat well and without what? Without show, they just eat. Well, they just eat. Their maid or their chauffeur goes and gets their food, blah, 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 their personal assistant. And we toil and count our pennies. And we're told, poo, 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 poo. Be aware of the person whose epidermis, skin coloring is different from you, or whose language is different from you, or whose style is above or below you, what you consider above or below. As if any of that really matters. And then, there's the Jurassic Park is a movie, right? We all know that. Constantly being remade, and yet they show dinosaurs being dumb and easily fooled by movement, etc. And that the puny little humans maneuver because we can make tools. We all know size matters. You don't get to be that big by being stupid. You don't get to being that big by being fooled. Even in your daily, let's say, breakfast. Excuse me. You don't get to be that big being stupid, because you got to eat. You got to eat. You got to eat to grow. So, now we know all these things, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? How much garf, how much puke-worthy diatribes we've been fed. Cable. You can go, oh, I remember that movie. Blah, blah, blah. Or that's one of the old vintage ones. Maybe your professor says, go watch that. You know what? You're really being re-educated, in touch with, like, there's a movie about the take over the West. That's always a popular one. And we always see a whole bunch of indigenous people going, and called savages, and Somehow their bodies are great. They wear brief clothes. They're confident enough. They're not looking in the mirror going, oh, I'm so fat, or I'm so this, or I'm so that. No, and they have feathers in their hairs. Well, how about the European parliamentary who wears wigs, somebody white hair, powdered hair? Is that any less more acceptable to our eyes, to our sensibilities, than a few natural feathers from the birds that fly in the sky? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. So, these are all the things that we can be cursed not to appreciate everything around us. Now, when you get up and you feel a certain way, how do you know that you're not being manipulated? You probably are. We probably all are. And just think about it. Think about even the fact that we really have nothing that much, hardly, except in common with each other on one level. On a bio level, how many of us are of the same break makeup? Okay, so we have a head. We have 2 feet, 2 arms, stuff like that. 4-chambered heart. But that is so rudimentary. It is much more complicated than that. When they say some people, I mean, even when they took even to show you our differences, is when they advertise on cable, television, to take certain medications, of which they have to put down the 30, 40 or so top problems, side effects. Now, why do you think the side effects are there? Think about it. Now, you take a medicine for a headache, per se, but yet you're given like 15, a number of side effects that could happen, and you should be aware and should stop. Now, that already tells you that we are not the same. Oh, what 30 or 40 side effects? But this is good for headache. They're telling you because they cannot not tell you, because it's so in our faces. Got it? I'm sure you get it. I'm sure you get it. I'm sure you get it. And what are we going to do? How long are we not going to say? I mean, I think the curtain is open. It's slowly opening for many, many, many people. And for others, it's opening faster. It's opening faster. Well, it seems that curses. Do you feel cursed? Do you feel cursed? Somebody, anywhere, do you feel that somebody's oppressing you? Do you feel oppressed? Do you think it's just your fault? No, it's not your fault. You could be cursed. Cursed by either a mass, like when they have like an audition. They throw out a few clips and they take in a few hundred people. And the selection gets lower and lower and lower. It's the same thing with curses. When they throw out a curse, they throw it out for a vast number of people. It's like a job hunt. You send in your resume, they look at you, you put out your particulars, they snag you. Now, do you feel cursed? No one feels cursed? Well, once you understand that everything, even with a new pope being issued, did you see all that ceremony connected with it? Your spiritual leader. And I'm not knocking anyone's belief system. I'm not. I'm simply say rituals, the esoteric, of a frequency level between paintings, images, light, sound. It's abundant. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's a scary thing to admit that maybe you have to do things differently. And just maybe you have to start rethinking. But then again, if something violent happens in our stupor, our collective stupor, we have to think anyway. Well, first of all, what I'm going to do is a spell. Now, this is called a release spell. Now, let's see. How should we do this? Now, of course, knowledge. When I asked how, it's I'm sharing it with you. I'm sharing the power of magic. To the people who are listening day and night, listening to all the sounds, I'm going to put a spell to open up, shut down, to find that place, that place, that place, that place. All right. If we're not troubled souls, what are we? Peaceful? No, we're not peaceful. The kind of peace. No. That's why we need to do a spell to remove the curse. A curse of restlessness. The curse if I can't control myself. The curse of who did this? Now, there is a force around. Now, we're going to bring spirits, see who is keeping. What? Keeping who from what? Someone out there is listening or will listen. And they know who they are. They know who they are. I see something. I see something. I see someone who is on a wrinkled bed, alone. Faint light, faint light. A faint light. I see the eyes are moist with tears. Tears. These are not tears of happiness. I see many, many beds. Different. Some with sheets, some with no sheets, some with bedding. The world is full of sadness. There's a spell of sadness. Being sad isn't going to do anything, really. Why isn't love and prosperity yours? Why? Why isn't it yours? Why isn't love, prosperity yours? That's what you asked yourselves, isn't it? Why won't he love me? I love him. Do you love yourself, though? Can you even know what it is? What's holding you back? And what's holding you back? What's holding you back? What is holding you back? Now, let's see. Well, let's see what's holding back. Unsure. Moon energy. Sun. Not knowing which way to go. Because when you're released from the spell of depression, a spell of indecision, a spell of, this is not my thoughts. This is what happens. You love yourself. Look at that. When you remove yourself from negative spell work, negative, realizing that you have been cursed. 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 Cursed not to find love. Cursed not to be a winner. Cursed to be a failure. Cursed to be alone. And you're not having it. You say, this is not me. Why should I fall in line with this? Release yourself. Release yourself. Release yourself and learn to love. Learn to love. See this image in this dress? See? Always coming this image in itself. There's many images within an image. A smaller one. And another one. Many images. And then there's the overall image. Many images within. There's many realities. It's yours to pick. Yours alone. Feel free to ask about any spells or curses you feel bound by, that something has affected you. Something. Someone's asked for a private spell work. So I'm going to end this group one. I'll be back though. Thank you.